welcome to a liberal's worst nightmare. How's it going, guys? What are we looking at? Gonna look at something I picked up from Odd Side Brewing. Foster the Banana, a barrel-aged Imperial something. Actually, it looks like the banana's on the bottom of this one. A barrel-aged Imperial ale. Let's see, it's brewed with lactose, aged in bourbon barrels with bananas, brown sugar, vanilla, and cinnamon added, weighing in at 9.25%. I like Odd Side. Odd Side usually has some pretty good stuff. Not to mention, it's finally something in a bottle, because I believe Stephen Bush, I think it was Stephen Bush, said that I should use my favorite bottle opener. God, this is. Honestly, I'm sorry, everybody that sent me a bottle opener. Stephen Bush sent the best bottle opener of all of them. This right here. Does something else, but I can't remember what it is. I'm going to put this in the foreign and domestic. Hey, I learned this watching Steve's video this morning. Now the shit that's supposed to stay on the bottom is now in the glass. Oh yeah! Subtle banana. It's like that. It's like banana and the oakiness of the cast, and I'm already over the 2 minutes. So why even bother? Right now, I'm just going for full. Whoa! Well, technically speaking, that does sort of count, doesn't it? What happened to I must have moved the mouse and the picture went away. So now, really, to piss off Jack, we can use the technology involved in this. Cheers. Oof. Oofta. I don't know about boozy, but just the little sips have a little bit of a warming to them. Wow. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the environment that takes place in a really aged Dogfish Head 120, which, by the way, they're out already. Keyport had them. Your normal $10 a bottle. I've got some in there. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it. I know, Steve, I know you like it when they go more than 2 years, but I kind of like the window at 1 year, which I think all of them are now officially over. Okay, so really a thick maltiness. I do get that cinnamon, the banana, the oakiness. Just, I mean, you can just see the shit in there. It just kind of like makes you feel like you wanna grab a fork and stick it in the camera. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, obviously, it's much more impressive when the light is going through it. Evidently. Let's just get the firsties out of the way. We had Bearded CB pulling first. Nyhap saying not first, being correct. Smile Money first or third first. Thanks everyone for the great effort at commenting effort. We may have failed this time, but it was entertaining. No, it wasn't. No. Snoring Desert Prepper saying first. Bearded CB, wow, that was a hell of a close one. Bearded CB, Nyhap Smile, and Sonoran Desert Prepper all commented literally at the exact second according to the timestamp. Wowzers. But, of course, you know, YouTube don't lie. Sonoran Desert Prepper, no longer first, just putting in first, damn it, Bearded CB. Gunwild, fifth, bitches. Mr. 27, yes, I got 6th. Aunt Keck, 13th. Fuck. How did Mr. 27 get 6th and you were 13th? Okay, I got what is obviously another shirt. And this one says, Eric Fun Bags Ebomey. Hopefully this shirt wasn't right there. You know what I'm saying? More jobs, no jobs, blowjobs. Okay, well. This one, well, I can't say that this one could possibly push the limits of public interaction. When I went up to Sam's garage the other day, she was wearing a shirt that said "fuck you, you fucking fuck," and none of the fucks were like asterisked out or anything. It's just said that on it. Okay, well, I guess it leaves no imagination as to what Sam was feeling. Smile money. Nice, some COPD to go along with your with your decaying liver. Laugh out loud. Wouldn't everyone like an additional 2 inches to throw? Aunt Keck. Up in the mountains, compound for opening bow season. Love this time of the year. Better than St. Patrick's Day, Oktoberfest, and Christmas combined. As you guys know, I am not a hunter, and I bought a bow, and actually I traded a guy for a bow. I was a pretty, well, at the time it was supposed to be one of the best, and I practiced with it and got pretty good. I mean, I never split an arrow with an arrow, but I would have been more than comfortable using it to defend my life or to take an animal if that's what it came down to. But I just had it for recreational purposes. And then a friend who actually did bow hunt borrowed it and never gave it back to me because he said it was much better than his. So, fuck you, Joe. Then he did a bunch of work to it. Had the limbs replaced and put a new string on it and changed something with the sighting system and put a different cam in it, and then informed me that my bow didn't exist anymore and that I would never see his bow again. And he was quite correct about that. Yeah, that's how that shit went down. But yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I tell you, if you had that stereo-esque, cabin in the woods, maybe it was close to an edge of a mountain and you had that mountain view, or maybe you were on a lake, maybe a private lake or something like that. I mean, I've done some flooring jobs over the years. There's a guy that he owns a company called Domex Machines. They basically purchase any mining equipment, like all the way up to the tire. Two of the tires would not fit in my basement, that kind of a thing. They purchased old mining equipment and rebuilt it and then sold it, and they bought what used to be the Boy Scout Lodge just south of the Iron Range. It was what he bought was the original cabin and 100 acres, including purchasing the lake. And he knocked the lodge down and he built this like over the top house, and yeah, that was quite the place. Those poor Boy Scouts. But to actually have a place where you could go, I mean, this time of the year when the leaves start falling, I mean, if you have the financial means to say fuck it and go take a couple of weeks and just go hang out at your cabin and just enjoy like, say, oh, what a bummer, my phone don't work here and I don't have any internet here, and that kind of shit. I don't know though. I'd still like a retreat like that, but I'm like, both me and Christine kind of have the same vision. If you won the lottery, even if I had a house built for me, I would want like an old, almost like plantation style or old Victorian. But trust me, all the shit inside would be as modern as it could possibly be. Wired for sound and all new plumbing and electrical and internet and all of that shit. I mean, I want it to look the part, but not be the part. Okay, Ankek, glad you're having fun. Ankek, I am grateful and impressed with the number of comments in the last review. Pretty impressive, right? E? No, it wasn't. Jolson, this video needs more cowbell and shots. Okay. Happy to oblige you there, Jolson. And then a bunch of you come on over and we have a basement pop right in the fucking cowbell. That's funny ass shit. Jay, let's see. If I'm gonna work my way through getting rid of leftovers, let's see. Well, we each had more than a half a shot, so I would say these bottles are 3 shots. It probably says on here. 100 milliliters. That tells me nothing. Jolson, I know. You sent the cap gun to avoid this, but I started thinking about going to work tomorrow, and this is the first thing that I thought of. It's time to move on, I think. Smart Money, interesting. John Wick 3 review, Ms. B perspective. The effort of the actors even in a bad film. But I was not entertained. John Wick 3 was epic, says the Real Code Burnout. I love the franchise. I love the series. I mean, I'm sorry, when I go to watch Smart Money, everyone can have their personal thing. I'm not knocking you at all. I could probably give you a list of, say, my top 20 favorite films, and some of you'd go, I get that one. That one? I don't quite understand that one. Like, I think it was X Machine. I'd have to go quickly look into Netflix. But staying with the point thing, I'll try to remember to go back to that. I love the John Wick movies, and to me, I would probably be relatively disappointed if there was an extreme plot and a lot of, mushy-feely moments. To me, it's about the non-stop action. What move is he going to use next? What weapon are you going to see? So, for me, I loved it. 3, as of this moment in time, it's kind of Cobra, bear with me a moment. It's kind of like a Star Trek movie. I watch so many Star Trek things. It's almost like whatever is the latest is the focal point. So I think, as of right now, I think John I think John Wick 3 is, I don't know, it's probably my favorite of the three so far, but now we're dividing that by, it's the latest one that I saw. If I watched them back to back, maybe I would say in the order that I like them would be 1, 3, 2. You know, if I was to like seriously like, okay, this is it. But you know, being that I just saw 3, I don't know. I mean, to me, that's what these movies are all about. I mean, it's like I don't hunker down to watch a John Wick movie to see some you know, really intense chess strategy playing and maybe a really good dramatic scene. I mean, where Halle Berry talks about her feelings and John touches on some times back when he was a child when his grandmother touched him inappropriately and how it's affected the rest of his life. No, pull out a fucking Benelli and blow someone's goddamn head off. I think it's X Machine. It's a not even really a futuristic movie. It's basically a movie about a guy kind of like, you know, the equivalent of Bill Gates that owns a tech company, and he has a contest, and this one guy wins, and he gets to go hang out for the weekend or whatever the hell it was with the owner of the company, and the owner of the company is a real, you know, it's like a house in the middle of nowhere. The helicopter drops him off, and he's got to walk to go find the place. Hang on. So I'm going to try to do two things at once. Yeah, so it's like middle of nowhere, and this guy supposedly has created artificial intelligence, AI, and you know, she's a robot, and he is supposed, what the guy wants him there for is to test and see if the AI, the programming, the whatever, is presentable to the point of being human realistic, and then the plot that ensues inside of that. And the reason I say some people may not like it is because it was it really was more about more of a psychological thriller than it was futuristic or sci-fi. But if I don't know, if I've recommended things in the past and you've really liked it, I at least recommend checking it out. And I'll see if I can make sure that I'm telling you about the right thing. E something. So I thought it was pretty entertaining. I personally thought that that it would show back up on my list, but for some reason as soon as I was done watching it like literally disappeared from my list, which it made no sense to me, because I have a movie on there that you know, me and Christine sometimes give it what we call the 5-minute rule. If we watch it for 5 minutes and we decide if we want to continue or not. Yeah, I'm not here. Ex Machina, Machina, Ex Machina. I don't know. That's the movie right there. And I have to say that I found it extremely, extremely entertaining, and I can't say I was honestly, I can't say I was surprised with the ending. On the other hand, it wasn't 100% as I would have predicted it. And it's always fun when you invest time in a movie that they're not predictable. Jolson, I wasn't going to say it, but yeah, I generally do over 3,000 miles a week. Smiley, congrats, Pre-Dawn. I enjoy the hell out of your comments that formed a mini-series. Multi-Gunman, top 1,000. Bearded CB, the cigar owner jumping on board is awesome, and in fact they donated to causes as well as awesome. Bearded CB, oh, 200 comment club. Bearded CB, sounds like a good challenge for every vid. Stephen Hobson Led, oh my god, just skip Jeremy's comments. Rich from Master True 12, speak into the microphone. And Keck, if we could only get 31 more comments than we did in the last review. And Keck, now that's a flask. Stephen, I couldn't find anything that had changed on the table. Bearded CB, seems like missing the last couple of shows, leaving me in the dark over Matt's sister. Matt's sister is going to do a brewer review with me, so Jerry has to choke up some more money. He said that if Danielle did a brewer review, he'd go from $50 to $70 for the third place prize. I call bullshit, and I'm telling you right now, Jerry, when Danielle does a brewer review with me, you're going to up it from $50 to $100 for the third place person. Mr. 27, cupcakes and Twinkies. Mr. 27, if I won the lottery, I'd be buying a whole collection of every Smith & Wesson pistol ever made. Me and you, actually, I would buy 2, because I would buy 2 of every Smith ever made and then give half of them to Jim, Hornet Fixer. Well, then Jim can decide to do what he wants, but I would still do that. I would hire a guy to find me 2 of every Smith & Wesson firearm that is possible to purchase right now. And if it's a really rare one, I just have, and they could only find one, I'd make sure it went to Jim. Unless it was a 10mm, and then fuck you, Jim. Poco Loco, blow me. That's all. Thank you. The Rocco Burnout, no changes behind you. Oh, I'm hungry for lasagna for some reason. Oh, she made up that pan of lasagna. And I have to say, if you were here right now, you could have some right now. Matt Davis, sex is like a misdemeanor. The more I misdemeanor I get. David Brown, 12-year-old scotch? Who the fuck gives a 12-year-old bottle of scotch? Yeah, I suppose you should wait till you're at least 21, right? Shark ZF6, I felt like I was in a dentist chair for 49 minutes and 17 seconds. You and me both. Matt Davis, you guys heard it. Eric wants more comments. No, you heard that wrong. Wade, as for John Wick 3, when you use a German Shepherd in a bulletproof vest as your carry holster, you are the ultimate badass. Not to mention a damn fine ass woman partner. Oh, I have no problems admitting this to everybody, including Christine, Halle Berry is possibly one of the most beautiful women on this planet. Maybe in the galaxy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some three-nippled green chick might be able to beat her out, but, you know, other than that, I don't know. And when she was on the Hot Ones, eating the 10 spicy wings and going dab for dab with the guy that hosts the show, and how real she seems in real life, even hotter. I could plant potatoes in that there garden. Salty Shellback. I'm still naked. And Cobra Burnout is giving them some information to wait, my Walmart still has tons of ammo. I bought 2,000 rounds of 9mm white box for $150 plus tax on Monday. Holy shit. Damn. As broke as I am, I would go without food if I could get 2,000 rounds of 9mm for $150. Wade, Seafoam is great. I keep a large bottle in my truck toolbox. Everything I own uses gas with Seafoam in it. Absolutely. Same here. Same here. You know, the thing that really sucks about Seafoam is when I started buying it, it was $1. It was somewhere, well, it was about $1.50 a can, because my friend Tim was down in a Mills Fleet Farm before they existed up here, and down in the cities, and he called me and he goes, dude, Seafoam, $1 a can, how many do you want? I'm like, I don't know, 50 cans? So I had quite a bit of Seafoam for a while. I wonder if Seafoam can go bad. I wonder if you put Seafoam in Seafoam, I suppose it would stabilize it. But no. I have never had a fuel delivery problem with a single thing I have owned because I put Seafoam in it. It just sucks right now. It's not $1 a can anymore. I've seen it as high as $12 a can, but I don't buy it when it's $12 a can. Crazy Scotsman, Brew Babe is a straight 10. Hashtag be like Ed. Crazy Scotsman, whiskey. Crazy Scotsman probably wasn't Jeremy making the comments. We all know he's good for one. Alias was probably the missus. Hard to say. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. I think that even works out to be even more than 3 shots. 3 shots per bottle. Scotsman? Crazy Scotsman. I did watch all last review, just passed out in my chair as I watched after work, and was one hell of a night. Cobra Burnout says, B&E been putting people to sleep since July 26, 2012. And please tune in to Locked and Loaded tomorrow from 8 until 10 Central, because the real Cobra Burnout is going to be my my guest. He's going to be flying, what would that be, left seat? I think. I don't know. Is that the co-pilot position? So, and thank you, Cobra, for jumping in at the last minute, because I completely forgot that today was Thursday. Crazy Scotsman, the cigar company is top-notch. Appreciate them jumping in to help out with the mission. Yeah, so do I. The owner seems like a pretty cool guy. Like I said, I had a chance to talk to him for must have been about 30-40 minutes a few nights back. Sharky762. Wow. You blew through those comments like Christine blows rounds through her AR. Maybe not quite that fast, but I did an okay job, I think. Sharky, again, I have email rules in Outlook just for this reason. The heart. OUCR220. Cheers. Cheers, my friend. I always appreciate you guys hanging out for the shit show. Gunwild. Those that think John Wick had too much action must be a slow thinker and had a brain overload. Gunwild. Jolson's cack is gone. That's what's different about the bench. No, he's right there. Jeremy, you seem angry about reading my comments. Sorry, kisses. Shut up. Jeremy, oh, my email notifications are off. Nice. Your Hornet Fixer. More comments. Your Hornet Fixer. Yes, I'm an asshole. Excuse me, Ms. Sharky. Realco Burnout says, please elaborate. We're all listening. I'll thumbs that up. Realco Burnout, comment number 69. Beauty. J-Dog, here. I am... Actorhead? Chowderhead? Chowderhead. I'm a chowderhead. On, a very old video. This was a video from the original B of B&E. Now it's really, used to stand for something else, but we had to get rid of that guy. Now it stands for Beer and Eric. Beer and Eric Brew Reviews. This was on one of his videos. I lived down the street from the brewery when I lived in Warsburg. Good times. Okay. And, there was something held for a review that I missed when I started this all. Salty Shellback. Oh my God, you muzzle swept your hand like at least once. You could have killed us all by doing that. Let's cuddle. And there was something in for review, and this is going to automatically trigger the 200 Ale Club. David Brown, don't blame the writers of John Wick 3. Writers are nice people, you fucking fuckers. Okay, now we're heading back to the 200 Ale Club, and there's two of you in it as of right now, Ankek and Gunwild, but we have to interrupt this brew review with checking of the text messages. Being notified that I opened the door of the safe. John Solar saying nice. Realco Burnout, I'm all for it. Realco Burnout wants to talk a little bit about Star Trek Next Gen tomorrow night. He's in the middle of watching them on Netflix. I'm in the middle of Enterprise, and I know you did Enterprise within the last, I think it was like the last 6 months, but I'm doing Enterprise right now. But I got up to the point where we go outside of the known universe in search of the what the hell were they? They were the ones that they did the preemptive strike on Earth and put a slotch through and killed millions and millions of people. And I don't know why. I love the series kind of all the way up to that point, and I actually haven't watched a new episode for me in probably the last 2 weeks, and instead I've been picking a different kind of goofy sci-fi movie and watching it every night before bed. That's why I got to Machina. Like I said, check it out. Tell me what you think. I thought, for me, I thought it was really good. I actually really enjoyed it. And it was definitely probably it's a Netflix original and probably a pretty small budget. I mean, from start to finish, well, there's some people in his office at the beginning, but basically the main movie is him and the owner and inventor, the owner of the company, and the housekeeper that's there. Then there's a guy that flies him out in a helicopter. That's it. It's just a really small group. Wow, this is... I'm just going to keep drinking this for the 200 Ale Club, being that it's going to be a really short club. Foster the Banana. And an Imperial. Ale. Barrel-aged Imperial Ale, 9.25. I mean, I think if I gave a really good tug on it, if you know what I mean, it's relatively boozy. Or that's a combination of somehow, I mean, bananas, brown sugar, vanilla. I guess I'm getting the vanilla too, but it's a little on the boozy side. It's still pretty drinkable. To be totally honest, the only reason that I asked you guys what had changed on the countertop yesterday was because I felt that so much of my fucking time got wasted reading 1,000 goddamn comments. You know, I just thought I'd get back at you and make someone spend some time looking at the counter, and then I was just going to say, yeah, nothing changed, so eat a dick. But two of you actually put forth the effort to answer me. Stephen Bush, you got it right. Nothing changed on the counter. And Real Cool Burnout, you got it right. Nothing changed on the counter. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the proverbial draw from the hat. Steve, Cobra. Cobra. Cobra, I am going to be adding to your package one of the Castle Danger cups. And just because there was two of you, Stephen, I am going to include this one with the package that I have going out to you. Now, thanks to the fact that I'm adding this, I have to rethink the packaging. But I kind of owe you one of these anyway, but I'm just saying. So, guys, thanks. So, I got those packages still to go out. So, Cobra, I'll send you the Castle Danger, and since Cobra, since you pick first, you know what? Cobra, I'm gonna send you the last. I've given away all of them except for the one that I use. These were a Christmas present from my little Sammy Poo. So I'm gonna upgrade you to a BandEBrewReviews glass, along with the BandEBrew Boobs and Beer, world famous. And this is not only is it a coaster, but it is also a bottle opener. And of course, if anybody wants to surprise me, this came from Man Crates. I never did go to look and see what Sammy Poo paid for this, but okay, that's for you, Cobra, and Steve. Don't be hating, but you know you did not win, but you did win because I love you in a full-on homo ass spanking wearing a thong, handing you a diaper kind of way. Okay, that last part was a little weird. Okay, I'm going to quickly hit the Stalker Steve button before I get to the two guys that were in here, and we add Jolson. So, Aunt Keck, well, hello there, Two-Hearted Ale Club members. Aunt Keck. I'm assuming everything I see at the bottom is banana. Aunt Keck, everyone have any good jokes to share with the 200 Ale Club? Gunwild, oh goody, it's 200 Ale Club time. Cheers, bitches. And Jolson, the Two-Hearted Ale Club needs more cowbell. How about cowbell? Should we hit the Stalker Steve button? Salty Shellback. How's the average watch time going? I don't know if he knows he's part of the 200 Ale Club, but actually, thanks guys, I guess, because I want to say before the Crazy Scotsman said you should all listen or watch the entire brew review, which I understand. I can honestly say I usually don't start a video without watching the whole thing at regular speed. But there's so many channels that I try to follow, and to be totally honest, most Stephen Bush, if I'm watching one of your brew reviews, or actually the last one was a review on that brass catcher. I actually like that brass catcher. I've got one around here somewhere, and the one I have is a piece of shit compared to that one that you have. That's awesome how it mounts to the rail, has the zipper at the bottom so you can open it up and whatever. If I'm watching one of Steve's videos, it's usually at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm taking a shit. Just to be totally honest, I'm probably more than you wanted to know. We're at 41 minutes, and I've gotten all the comments, and I've hit the button a few times. Yeah, I really like the flavors of this. It's kind of like the E-scale at the end instead of before the 200 Ale Club. It is everything that it says it is. I mean, I'm getting the banana, I'm getting the cinnamon, I'm getting the vanilla. But the only downside is if next time I'm over there and they have another one of these, I may pick it up and give it the 1 year thing to see if it kind of mellows out the booziness on it. It's almost like an alcohol. It's more of an alcohol warming and booziness kind of combined into one. It's not like you're going, okay, this tastes like rubbing alcohol. It doesn't. It's not quite as blend. I mean, this one, if it didn't say 9.25 on the side, I'd probably say this is like a 10 or 11%er. I mean, it just seems like it has a really good kick to it, and but yeah. Overall, though, I thought this was pretty good. I'd give it a 9. Like I said, if I find another one, I'm gonna put it in the ager. You know what I'll probably do with this Castle Danger one is send this to Jay Wolf. I've got your box here, which I know I've got more camping related things for you and your son and the scouts and stuff that I know that you like stuff and we'll actually use stuff like that. Unlike me, if I go camping, it's gonna be by myself because Christine's idea of camping is like, yeah, this is room 232. Where the fuck is my eggs Benedict? For instance, something like that. Let's hit the Stalker Steve button just one more time, and then we're out of here. One more time, and then we're out of here. Just the benefit of the doubt, I'm just gonna hit it. Stalker Steve, where are you? Okay, guys. Cheers, and probably we'll see you tomorrow. Of course, you won't see it until after Locked and Loaded, so make sure you come on over and listen to me and Cobra talk about next gen. If he just got done hitting all of them again, they're probably a lot more freshly ensconced in his mind than mine. And for me, I don't know if there's something going wrong or I need to up the Shackley vitamins, but it's like I can do shit yesterday and so yeah, check out Locked and Loaded. It's always a great time when I get to hang out with the Real Cold Burnout. And Cobra, thanks again for doing it. And one of my favorite shows is when we were taking, he wanted to take it when we were able to do incoming calls, so that was a big part of it. Wanted to do a thing and see who won. Star Trek fans or Star Wars fans, because believe it or not, there is a serious divide there. It's kind of like saying a truck is a truck, but are you a Ford person or a Chevy person or a Dodge person? Because it's yeah, I'll be the first to go on the record, as you already know. I'm a Star Trek person. I watch Star Wars, but I could honestly give a shit if I missed one. Star Trek, on the other hand, is kind of like oxygen.